This week, state regulators put forth final rules on how to spend $60 million in relief funds for Maine farms devastated by industrial chemicals linked to a now defunct state-approved sludge spreading program.
Several farmers who first raised the alarm about PFAS chemicals will be the focus of a new short film set to premiere a week from Saturday in Los Angeles. And as News Center Maine's Vivian Lee shows us, the film could lead to more regulations against toxic chemicals nationwide.
We've been devastated emotionally. We all had the same thing. We were poisoned.
In 2019, Fred Stone became the face of Maine's PFAS crisis, the first farmer to speak out about high levels of the toxic chemicals discovered in his cow's milk, soil feed, drinking water, and his family's blood. The plight of his century-old Arundel dairy farm and other operations upended by the contamination is coming alive on the silver screen in a documentary short film called Sludge, a PFAS Uprising.
When we found out that this chemical is actually in the soil, is in the water, and now is in their blood, we couldn't look away from that.
Jeff Christian, a documentary filmmaker, first heard about the widespread contamination of Maine farm fields from his editor, Mike Pagano, who had just moved to rural Maine from California.
There's a story here that we can't ignore.
Based in Los Angeles, Jeff visited Maine several times over the past 2 years, interviewing Fred and other farmers poisoned by the chemicals, including Adam Nordell and his wife Johanna. The family was forced to leave their organic farm in Unity in 2022.
It's a total nightmare.
It's the loss of our business. It's the loss of our home. Now we have these health concerns to be watching out for the two of us and our child.
The film also depicts News Center Maine's coverage of the crisis.
Their century-old dairy farm was shut down
as it unfolded across the state.
It's pretty much an honest portrayal of what actually has happened to some of us and other people in other states too. No, it hasn't just been Maine. This is a national issue. There we go.
Fred, who suffers from Parkinson's and other health problems he believes are connected to the high levels of PFAS, hopes the film will lead to new laws against the spread of industrial sludge in other states.
This thing has got tentacles that goes out everywhere.
The film is scheduled to premiere in Los Angeles on December 9th and has been submitted to several film festivals. Sludge could also be available for a wider audience online sometime next year. But more importantly, Jeff and his crew hope the film's message will spark change.
If we don't protect our farmers and if we don't protect the food that we eat, as we have folks in the film say, then we've got a real problem.
Putting a looming crisis and its impact in Maine into focus for a national audience. In Arundel, Vivian Lee, News Center, Maine.
If you would like more information on the documentary and the latest on the state's investigation into PFAS contamination, just log onto our website or News Center Maine app.